The studio's next theatrical release was conceived by Miyazaki not long after he had completed Porco Rosso. He decided that the new movie would be about tanuki, or raccoons in Japanese. Furthermore, he insisted that Isao Takahata would direct the film. The new movie, titled Pom Poko, provided Takahata the opportunity to create his original story about raccoons fighting for their forest. This tale symbolizes the clash between respect for natural order, a traditional Japanese value, and the greed of development. Many animators who had worked on Takahata's previous production, Only Yesterday, were recruited to work on Pom Poko. The film also marked the first time Ghibli would make use of CGI, computer-generated imagery. 3 sequences in Pom Poko, including a long pan of library bookshelves, were rendered by computer. This new technology would prove to be valuable for future productions. Pom Poko opened in Japanese theaters on July 16, 1994. And, like its predecessors Kiki's Delivery Service, Only Yesterday, and Porco Rosso, it became the #1 Japanese film of the year. Once again, Studio Ghibli had scored a major hit at the box office. Pom Poko delves heavily into Japanese culture, more so than some other Studio Ghibli productions. Most of the cultural references are to traditional folk tales. For example, in one scene, the principal raccoons, Shokichi and Kiyo, transform into the Twin Star Girls. This sequence is adapted from a fairy tale by legendary Japanese author Kenji Miyazawa.
We just got back from a trip to the stars and our home's gone. We traveled from the red eye of the scorpion to the swollen Cygnus's great wings, around the coils of Hydra the water snake to the forehead of the little bear cub. We sprinkle each day the dew and frost as we journey among the stars.
Another tribute to such folklore is demonstrated by the scene where the raccoons disguise themselves as faceless humans to pull a prank on a policeman. Such faceless beings, called Noparabu, are taken from a renowned ancient Japanese ghost story. This particular scene follows the original story closely.
Did she look something like this?
Yet another example is Oi Tekibori, which translates as leave it, or being left. This too is from an ancient Japanese ghost story, in which a man catches a fish, only to be frightened away by a mysterious voice demanding, "Leave it alone." Pom Poko makes a nod to this story in scenes where the raccoons hide themselves in the bushes, bellowing to anyone who dares to throw litter, cut down their trees, or even leave leftovers from a picnic in their territory. One final cultural nod occurs when the raccoons transform into sacred stone statues in order to protect their forest. This serves as a reminder about the sanctity of the forest in traditional Japanese culture.
Your basic spirit or deity is generally associated with a certain location. If someone moves that spirit's shrine or statue, the spirit will become extremely agitated and wreak havoc on those responsible.
But there is more to Pom Poko than such folklore citations. The film as a whole is a cynical look at developers' methods of destroying forests in order to create residential settlements. Its environmental message reminds the audience about the critical importance of the Japanese tradition of preserving nature and sharing the land with all its creatures. This is evident in the struggles of the raccoons, their efforts to frighten away the humans, and in their failures.